you can't save them if they don't want to save themselves. So basically, I'll be telling you more about should you help your Jeffrey friends, and can you even save them? So before I can tell you this, let me tell you my story. So back in eighth grade, I had three Jeffrey friends that I kind of met in the gym, and we were all running and stuff. It was all really fun, but as more as I got to soon know them, I realized that they were more Jeffrey. They were kind of like, we didn't believe in the same thing. They could talk about like this cool video game that was like popping off, or like, oh, I just bought this like Mexican burrito that I just ate, and I was trying to be clean and stuff like with my diet, and it didn't really help much. And I think even I kind of felt more influenced to go play video games, but that's my responsibility. But I knew that they were holding me back after Hamza made a video about like you have to like move on from your Jeffrey friends. So I decided to tell them, okay, like, sorry, I don't want to be your friends anymore. Like I didn't tell them I was on self-improvement, but it's like I told them I have different beliefs and I want to do different things. So that's what I did, and they understood. They left. I have a whole video about it if you want to go check out, if you like what you want to do, to be honest, man. I feel like if you're feeling the same thing, that you gotta leave your Jeffrey friends. And I left them. And like, can you actually save them, basically? Can you save your Jeffrey friends from like porn, video games, and all that stuff? Certainly you can, but let me tell you another story. So now it's ninth grade, and to be honest, I'm in my fifth period, and I'm just kind of working on some things. And I see someone that next to me is like sitting to, like, he's sitting next to me. He kind of looks a bit of a Jeffrey. So every single day, well, I've been kind of telling him more about like, I've been talking to him, getting into conversation. I wasn't implementing self-improvement like already, but I was like telling him, like, I was giving him hints, man, like, oh, maybe you should start like eating clean, or like maybe you shouldn't spend so much time on your phone and stuff. He was like, oh yeah, sure. But over time, he was kind of like, oh, don't you have yourself to focus on? And basically, he just kept trying to refuse every single thing that I say. He used to, well, I mean, he doesn't, okay, of course he doesn't have to listen to every single thing I say, and honestly, he doesn't even have to listen to me, but he started just kind of rejecting me, and just like, starting like, oh, don't you have anything else to do, man? Which I did, but he didn't want to hear me anymore. He didn't want to hear all the things I had to say. Like, every time, like, well, maybe I can understand. Maybe I'm wrong, man. But basically, he didn't want any help. Like, I saw him, like, playing video games, and, like, yeah, I saw him, he had a lot of acne, and he didn't want any of my help anymore. And it took me long to realize that, yeah, I can't really help him if he doesn't want my help, man. Like, I can't save him unless he really wants to change. So then, right after we moved seats, I kind of spoke to him for a little bit, and then right now, I kind of don't really speak to him, man. Maybe sometimes, but it's just that you can't save people that they don't want to be saved. Like, I tried, man. I tried to help people that were on self-improvement, that I try to help them, that I have, like, I wanted them to be convinced it's me, but some people just don't want to be helped, man. That's just the case, man. And you have to see for your friends if they want to be saved. If like one of them is like considering, like, oh, I see, and you should take them along with you, or do they just not want to change, man? Do they just prefer being in the Jeffrey mode? See if your friends are being more like, do they want to be saved or not, man? And that's your actionable step. See if your friends want to be saved or not. And just be honest and like And if you have to leave them, you just gonna have to, man. And that's just a sad case, man. If you know that they're just not good for you, man, that's just the case. And I have a whole video about what to do. I mean, no, maybe my video explaining it more about like the 8th grade story could help out. But seriously though, some people just don't want to be saved, man. And if you can't save them, then you just shouldn't try, man. Doesn't mean that you can like. Well, it doesn't mean that like. Well, okay. To be honest, man, you tried, and that's pretty much it. You tried, and they don't want your help, and I guess it's just better to move on. It's unfortunate, but it just has the way to be. And I hope this helps you if you're thinking about bringing your friends on to self-improvement or wherever you are, man. Maybe in the future, but let's see where we're at, man. So do the right thing and don't give up, man. Alright, take care. So So you have to see if they're being more on the Jeffrey, then you have to cut that, man. But